Here's the 1 times table. Here's the 2 times table. Every fraction is half. Half of 6, 3. Half of 10, 5. Half of 160, 80. The percentage for a half is 50%. 4 out of 8, 50%. 7 out of 14, 50%. 9 out of 18, 50%. Here's the 1 times table. Here's the 3 times table. Every fraction is 1/3. 1/3 of 12, 4. 1/3 of 24, 8. 1/3 of 180, 60. The percentage for 1/3 is 33⅓%. 3 out of 9, 33⅓%. 7 out of 21, 33⅓%. 9 out of 27, 33⅓%. Here is the 1 times table. Here is the 4 times table. Every fraction is 1/4. 1/4 of 12, 3. 1/4 of 28, 7. 1/4 of 360, 90. The percentage for 1/4 is 25%. 3 out of 12, 25%. 5 out of 20, 25%. 7 out of 28, 25%. Here's the 1 times table. Here's the 5 times table. Every fraction is 1/5. 1/5 of 20, 4. 1/5 of 35, 7. 1/5 of 45, 9. The percentage for 1/5 is 20%. 3 out of 15, 20%. 6 out of 30, 20%. 8 out of 40, 20%. Here's the 1 times table. Here's the 10 times table. Every fraction is 1/10. 2 out of 20, 1/10. 4 out of 40, 1/10. 7 out of 70, 1/10. The percentage for 1/10 is 10%. 3 out of 30, 10%. 6 out of 60, 10%. 8 out of 80, 10%. Here's the 2 times table. Here's the 3 times table. Every fraction is 2/3. 4 out of 6, 2/3. 12 out of 18, 2/3. 16 out of 24, 2/3. The percentage for 2/3 is 66 2/3%. 8 out of 12, 66 2/3%. 14 out of 21, 66 2/3%. 18 out of 27, 66 2/3%. Here's the 3 times table. Here's the 4 times table. Every fraction is 3/4. 9 out of 12, 3/4. 15 out of 20, 3/4. 27 out of 36, 3/4. 240 out of 320, 3/4. The percentage for 3/4 is 75%. 12 out of 16, 75%. 18 out of 24, 75%. 27 out of 36, 75%. Here's the 2 times table. Here's the 5 times table. Every fraction is 2/5. 2/5 of 15, 6. 2/5 of 35, 14. 2/5 of 45, 18. The percentage for 2/5 is 40%. 6 out of 15, 40%. 12 out of 30, 40%. 18 out of 45, 40%. Here's the 3 times table. Here's the 5 times table. Every fraction is 3/5. 6 out of 10, 3/5. 15 out of 25, 3/5. 24 out of 40, 3/5. The percentage for 3/5 is 60%. 12 out of 20, 60%. 18 out of 30, 60%. 27 out of 45, 60%. Here is the 4 times table. Here is the 5 times table. Every fraction is 4/5. 12 out of 15, 4/5. 24 out of 30, 4/5. 36 out of 45, 4/5. The percentage for 4/5 is 80%. 8 out of 10, 80%. 12 out of 15, 80%. 24 out of 30, 80%. 36 out of 45, 80%. Here's the 3 times table. Here's the 10 times table. Every fraction is 3/10. 3/10 of 20, 6. 3/10 of 60, 18. 3/10 of 80, 24. The percentage for 3/10 is 30%. 30% of 40, 12. 30% of 60, 18. 30% of 90, 27. Here is the 7 times table. Here is the 10 times table. Every fraction is 7/10. 14 out of 20, 7/10. 35 out of 50, 7/10. 63 out of 90, 7/10. The percentage for 7/10 is 70%. 70% of 40 is 28. 70% of 60 is 42. 70% of 80 is 56. Here's the 9 times table. Here's the 10 times table. Every fraction is 9/10. 18 out of 20, 9/10. 45 out of 50, 9/10. 81 out of 90, 9/10. The percentage for 9/10 is 90%. 90% of 30 is 27. 90% of 60 is 54. 90% of 80 is 72.